Good afternoon to all that have just joined. Welcome to my anatomy study that I'm going to be doing now. So you're welcome to join me and ask a couple of questions, and hopefully we can learn together how to draw the male chest, as I'm doing here, just sketching this up quickly to see how I feel about it, because I have never really sat down and drawn it myself as such, because I don't really need to know it in that much detail. However, I thought, why not just have a quick look at it, and if anything, I've got a little bit of a better understanding. How you doing? Kanu, how you doing? So, I hope you're all having a good Sunday. Let's take a look at the male rib cage. So, I know this is not a subject that people necessarily study as such, but I find that if you do study certain aspects of the human body, it does help your drawing when you have to draw it in different positions, so on. Drawing eyes, no, this is not an eye. This is not an eye. Is my camera not working? Oh, it doesn't look like it is it? Hold on. I need to refresh this camera for some reason. It seems to have stuck. Apply. I'm frozen. Let's see if it's working now. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be working. Apply. Let me just... recommended. That's very odd. There's always something with these things. It's unreal. There is always, it never works the way it should. You love the hand drawing. Cheers, mate. I'm just, hold on. I've got a camera issue now. This camera's frozen. That is so boring. Okay, I'm going to delete it. I'll tell you, mate, technology is boring. Can I delete that? Oh, it's locked. Unlock. And then I'm going to delete it. I have to add another one. Just give me a moment, please. That is really annoying. Camera. I think it's this one, isn't it? Let's check that one. So, hold on a minute. Right, good. I'm just reconnecting. Add that as the source. Good. We are ready. We are ready to rumble. Okay. It's a little bit big. I'll just reduce that slightly. So, good. Let's go. Let's start. Excuse me. So, what I wanted to do for myself, actually, but I thought, why not study it together? I will be working from a reference as well, but I will just give you an idea as to what I study and how I study certain things, right? So it may give you an idea as to how you can personally study certain aspects of whatever you choose to study. As you can see here, I've got this rib cage of this person, right? So I'm just sketching it up quickly. So we've got pretty much a skeleton, just a skeleton of the human body. You don't need to know all of this detail. However, the more you do know, the better. I didn't I didn't mean to draw in eyes out. I meant myself because I answered your question. Ah, okay. That's all right. Don't cry. Don't cry. No need to cry. No need to cry, Kainu. Oh, how's it? Because I said, oh, what's up? And I said, what's up? And then you said, oh, you're drawing eyes. Well done. Good. So, as you guys know, this is, I offer these tutorials for free. And if you would be so kind, please hit the like button if you like what you see and repost it and so on, just to help me so I can continue my quest. And my screen is now jumping like a madman. Raoul is back again. So let's get into this, right? So if you're struggling with drawing the human chest, like the rib cage and so on, right? Then what I would suggest you do, you could almost just draw it as almost like an egg shape. So you see that we've got this egg shape here. I'm going to draw another one here and then another one here. Right? So if you look at this now, how you doing, Jimbo? You only see this as a 2D object. Let me just give this a bit of space. That's it. Nice and centered. Good stuff. You're at work. No, don't worry, mate. Don't worry. I haven't seen Kim today either, so everyone's quiet. But that's all good. I've been managing okay. I am good, thank you. And I don't hate Sunday. What is that? Oh, bless Jimbo's always sending things. So if you look at that, you don't realize that could be a 3D object or a 2D object. That's great. And how are you? I hate Sunday. I'm just going to wait a little bit. So if I'm saying we don't understand whether that's a 2D or 3D, this is what we have to work out. All right, so let's move from this egg shape. I'm doing good, just finished drawing. Good stuff. I've just started again. If we add this opening here, and then a center line here, now we've got something that resembles the human rib cage. Do you see that? It went from here to here. All we did was add the collarbone here. That's where the collarbone would be, right? So let's do it again here. Center line. We can go oval shape here. Collarbone here. It doesn't have to be this accurate, but when you understand it, it helps your drawing work. That is my point, really. This center line, we're going to cut it in like so. And now we have an opening in our rib cage here, which will then cradle the body, intestines, and so on. And then we can add our spine at the back. And then obviously we would add our hips and so on. Okay, trying to draw hentai. Okay, cool. Never tried, if I'm honest. No, is that a lion mouth? No. Where? Here? Really? I really don't understand what you see here. That looks like a lion's mouth. Unfortunately, I don't see it. So, anyway, let's keep going. No, it's actually... Not sure what's going on there. Clankers are going to do all the work. It's over. Okay. We will see how much further we go with this one. Anyway. So what I'm going to do is I will take this a little bit further, so it gives you an idea as to what you could possibly do. So we would add the hips and so on, and then AI. Well, no, AI can't do everything. When someone pulls the plug on it, it's not going to be very good then, is it? I don't particularly believe that AI is going to do everything. I hope not. I do hope not. That would be a little bit of a disaster for humanity. So I am going to keep going. I'm going to add my egg shape. Slightly wider at the bottom, like so. A little bit more narrow at the top. Center line, like so. So that's the shape that you actually need, because the top is a little bit narrower. And then you can add your opening for the neck, and then you add your opening for the actual rib cage. Do you have any tips on studying anatomy? That's exactly what we're doing now. We are studying the anatomy, but we also have to study the bones, because the bones are also part of the anatomy. It's not just the muscles. However, we will be going into looking at the muscles in around 2 minutes. So, because anatomy is not just the muscles, anatomy is also the bones, right? Do you agree? So there you go. Add the collarbone, and that's where it would roughly end up here. So now I'm going to grab another pen. And my tip is, like you've got here, you take a basic shape, you slowly add elements to it, and then it becomes this. So if you do things in stages, you will gradually build up and build up and build up, and then you can turn this egg shape into a rib cage shape, and then into an actual body at some point. So that's what I would build it up stage by stage. I've never watched Bleach. I think I watched one of them. I think someone mentioned it to me before, and it's about this guy that met this woman. I don't know, was she a ghost or something? And these demons keep popping up everywhere, and it wasn't really my thing. I think I'm a little bit too old for that now. I can't. I don't, because I draw things like that. It doesn't mean I really know, because I don't even watch it. If I'm honest, I don't even watch manga. So it might be a little bit misleading when people see me draw it, but I don't really watch it at all either. Oh, this one, I didn't even know it was Bleach. Is it? I just bought it in where did I buy this? In London, and I just like the colours. No, it's nothing technical, mate. Unfortunately, it's nothing technical. So now look here. Let's concentrate. So I have to concentrate as well, because here your chest actually connects to your arm here, which not many people, well, I didn't, not maybe you guys knew that, but I didn't for a while. And your chest actually attaches here. I should drop that collarbone's a bit too bent, actually. I'm going to straighten it a bit. So it doesn't really matter. And then it goes. I'm not going to get into the details of that, because that is very complicated. The shoulder blades and collarbone and arm, oof, that is complicated stuff. So as you can see here, I'm just adding this detail where I know that the chest actually does connect to our arm, our upper arm, and it connects similar to this, like so. As you can see, that mesh that I've got here. Oh, you got one? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I bought it in the West End of London, and I just thought, oh yeah, there's a shop. There's a cool shop, and it's got loads of stuff like that in there. And then I just thought, oh yeah, I like that one. Let me get that one. And yeah. So anyway, good. So then it apparently actually twists, because I have to look at this reference book myself because I've never drawn this before. So what I'm actually doing is actually a little bit of study for myself, so I've got a better understanding. I don't need to know it fully, but a better understanding is my goal and objective today. So now I'm just adding the muscle strands here, and then you can now see clearly how it connects to our upper arm, like so. And then some muscular people, you actually do see that. You do see that detail. And when you practice anatomy like this, it also gives you an opportunity to practice your hatching. So that's why I like to train this kind of technique, because it gives me an opportunity to work on fading colors and fading lines, like so. And it kind of crosses here. So there you go. The book is called, that I've got, is called Gottfried Bames. I'm not sure if it's in English, because the one I've got is in German, but I'm sure there are many others. It's not the only one, but it's just an anatomical book. It's not how to draw anime or anything like that. It's nothing specific. It's just a book with different illustrations in it. So for me now, when I think about the chest, I try to draw something, and then what I do is I try to process the information without actually looking at what I've just learned. So if this is our arm again, we're not going to concentrate too much on that today. Just going to put it in place very quickly. I know now that there is a V shape connecting to here, so I might as well do it twice. Roughly the same height would be good. It rolls down to here, curves up here. We have a separation in the chest, and then we are done. So that's how I would remember. I would try and remember it like so. And then I know the tendons in the muscle perform in this sort of way. And that's basically the study that I would do. Has anyone got any questions about that? How you doing, Vinir? Are you drawing alongside us? Anatomy is interesting. Yes, it certainly is. That's why I like doing it. And obviously if I draw any kind of superhero, I can also use these skills, and in even male or female, it doesn't really matter. If I'm drawing any kind of person, I can actually add cool muscle tone or contours in the muscle. I can actually do all of that because of my study. And then, so for example, once you studied one part, then you could add another part to it. And then all of a sudden you've got the shoulder in place. Do you see what I mean? So if you build it up from a skeleton, all of a sudden you can turn it into something a lot larger with a lot more detail. So, is everyone having a great Sunday? Drawing the male chest. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Let's take that to there. So then up to here. A bit lower. And then like so. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I think I remember that now. Because I didn't clock it before. And then we've got these breaks in the line here. Make this line a little bit wavier. And then we're good. So, thank you for the gifts, Jimbo. Has anyone got any questions? I'm gonna add a bit of crosshatch just to see, give you guys an opportunity to write something down. Look at that. There you go. And that's what I would do. I'd recommend, like, if you are attempting to learn anatomy, just learn it stage by stage. Don't try and do everything at once, because then it does become a bit overwhelming, because it is quite complex. I think I've missed a few of these comments. Thank you for dealing with it, Jimbo. Yeah, cheers, well done. So that's Jimbo's covering that one. Good stuff. I hope you don't get into trouble at work, mate. So be careful. Don't get into trouble. So there you go. Is everyone understanding that? Sorry for my English. I'm starting to design until I look at your... Thank you. You're starting to design. Okay. What are you designing, Veneer? Or are you learning from here? Because if you start, you can start with this egg shape here, then add more detail. I could have actually gone from egg shape to oval shape here. But remember, the egg shape is usually a little bit wider at the bottom here. I'm so glad I found this live. This is actually giving me motivation to study anatomy. Sorry, man. But you give me a very good... How can I read that? Hold on. Oh, thank you. No, I won't change, Lorenzo. I won't change, mate. I can't. I'm too old. I'm like an old leather chair. I will never change. Oh, you're doing 3D modeling. Ah, okay. But I studied anatomy. Ah, okay. Because that was the point I was going to get to now. If you look at the human body, or from the side, it actually looks a little bit like this. This is what we've got from the side. Do you see that? So that's what you also have to understand. We have the spine, and then we will have obviously we would have the hips here and so on. But this is what our body looks like from the side. And obviously we'd have the collarbone here and the neck and so on. And we have this opening. So there you've got an idea. So when you start to understand that, then you start to understand how everything works. So this here would be this here. The spine would be running down here. That would be here. Yeah, that's true. I know I'm a little bit old. I have to say I'm getting older. I have to say, I'm getting grey. And when I get up, I go. You start to make old man noises, but I am still quite fit. I am quite fit. I'll give you that. I will surprise you all one day. I will surprise you. I surprise my son all the time. He always says to me, Daddy, let me show you something. And I go, all right, and let me see. And then he goes upstairs and he shows me something. And he says, yeah, but you can take your time and you can do it slowly and da da da. And I said, oh, let me have a go. And I just do it fast. And he goes, how can you do that? How can you do that? I said, I've been training forever, mate. What are you talking about? So there you go. I've got that dad strength, mate. I love that. I love when people they underestimate me. I love it because then I just go, oh yeah, let's do it then. Come on then. And even when I did sport with the kids, the boys, they were really cool. The young guys, they were really cool. And they said, oh, you're going to do sport with us? I said, yeah, no problem. Let's do it, So I was doing the sport with them. And I'm really terrible because I get them to do like tons of press ups, tons. And they're dying. And I just laugh. And I go, up, middle, low. And then I go, 4, dang, 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 dang. And then I go, low. And they go, and they go, I'm really cruel like that. I'm really cruel. It's not nice. And then I start laughing at them because they want to do the press ups on their knees. And I go, Oh dear, and I'm working out. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what and today was one of my first training sessions actually, so it's pretty ugly. And I usually listen to Prodigy, Fat of the Land, Fire Starter, and all that. So I listened to Prodigy, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was really nice, but hard because I don't do weights or anything, right? So I always stick to my body weight. I do a lot of exercises with my body weight because I don't like weights as such. It's not my thing. So most of what I do, or no, most of what I do like pull-ups, anything to do with the body weight. I don't have weights as such. I don't do all that. I don't do all of that. And that growling, I don't do that growling either. Sorry. Yeah, I don't do all that. And I don't need to wear a belt and then powder my hands. Nah, I can't be bothered with that. Because those people always end up having messed up knees and stuff like that, and I don't get that. Why would you do that? You pick up all that weight, I don't know how many kilos, 300 kilos or whatever, once, and then you blow your knee up or whatever. Oh, you're like, what? Why? No, I don't do that. Can't be bothered. Maybe I'd like to do it. Let's practice my upper body strength. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that's tough. That's hard. But what I can do, well, I did it on a bar, like you've got a bar here. I could go on a bar, pull my body up, lift my legs up, and be in this position. I can do that. Do you understand what I mean? just like this, and my legs are up here. I can do that. I can do plank. I'm really good at the plank, actually. I'm really good at the plank. I don't do it that much, but I used to do a lot of plank. Yeah, so if this is the bar here, my hands would be here. My arm is here. I'm trying to think where my body. How's that? It would look like that. My body would be here. Yeah, and that's my hips would be here. So if that's my shoulder, my head is roughly here. My legs would be like that. And this is the bar I'm holding. Do it for, oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now, mate. And my son was like, he actually filmed me. He's like, oh. I said, yeah. I said, you know. I used to, when I was younger, I used to love Bruce Lee. I was a big Bruce Lee fan, right? So I was like, when I was like 15, I was doing one arm press ups, clapping. And I used to watch Jackie Chan and all those guys. And, they'd do horse stance with their hands like this. And, oh, yeah, I was well into my Kung Fu when I was younger. I loved it. I was all up for the Kung Fu and, So, anyway, this has become a chat, really. We're just talking about Kung Fu or whatever. Can't even remember what I was going to do. So, has anyone got any questions? Do you have Ong Bok? Ong Bok? Ong Bok? Is that the film? Is that a film? I think there's a film called Yeah, Ong Bak. Yeah, I know Ong Bak. Yeah. I haven't watched that for years. Yeah, Ong Bak. Yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy one. But I grew up with Jackie Chan. Do you remember? If you haven't seen Jackie Chan, check him out. He was brilliant as well. Police Story. He used to act in a series called Police Story, and he was really funny. He was cool, and he used to do all his own stunts. He was a madman, absolute madman. But he was really cool. Ong Bak, yeah. They got some wicked stunts in that as well. So I'm not drawing very well at the moment. I think I'm talking too much. Police Story, yeah, that's all right. And before that, he used to do like kung fu films. Like one of them was called Snake in the Eagle Shadow. Snake in the Eagle Shadow. Drunken Master. There's another one where he would do some drunken kung fu style and stuff like that. Yeah, Jackie Chan was cool. And obviously, everybody loved Bruce Lee. I used to be a huge Bruce Lee fan. Huge. I've got posters and everything. Yeah, I've got posters and everything. Even now, I've got the old Bruce Lee posters, but they're not worth anything. I was hoping that they would be, but they're not. Not that I would sell them, but they're not really worth anything. Oh, I wanted to draw this arm going upwards. I'm so silly. Okay, good. I'll just draw it like this to illustrate the point. I'll pretend that I was planning to do it like this. Yeah, I'll just do that because then it makes me look like I'm really smart, but I'm not. I'm just making it up as I go along. Well, you didn't miss. Well, I don't. Yeah, I suppose you missed 30 minutes. So what I was doing, Monotone, I was just showing people how to draw the male chest. So if you look at these stages here, then you can see how I built that up. And now what I was intending on doing is connecting. I have to look at this image here, because the chest actually goes up like this into the arm. So maybe if you're drawing an arm, the chest goes up with it. That might help. That might help you to try and work this out like I'm working it out. So this is like a quick introduction to it, but it gives you an idea as to what I study to get the best results out of my artwork. And then we'd have the muscles in the back hidden around here. So this is what I would do, a little anatomy study like that. And then the neck muscle would be here. And as you see, it's a little bit messy, but it doesn't really matter. It does, because this is more like, it's just to process information as quickly as possible to try and make it work later on. And that's when you invest a bit more time into it. You'll get there. You'll get there. Oh, what did you practice? Monotone? Because I haven't done the chest. I don't think I've ever really done it. I did just standard, but not a detailed as to how it works as such. This is a little bit more detailed today. And that helps me a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another body, the upper body. Yeah. See, but now I'm going to try and draw one like this. So as you can see, I will start again. Every time I start again, I practice the same techniques, which is good. Not worrying about mistakes, which is also really good. Keep that centered. Right, now I need to place there. That's where I'm going to place it. Add my, hold on. No. I want the arms to be going upwards. So that means even the collarbone slightly goes up as well. So I'm going to just represent that like so. Then I'm going to add the arm. Excuse me, let me get rid of that. So the arm would be going something like that. Now, I will add the chest here, up to here, up to here, and then so, like so. Remember, there's a bit of a gap between the chest here, so we add that gap, and then the neck and the head would be here. Take that in a little bit, and then we could even go as far as to add the abs, the obliques, and the lats. I don't use an eraser. I don't even use an eraser. I use Pinterest for anatomy photos beforehand. Okay, yeah. Yeah, as I said, I've just got this book. So I just sit and look at this book, and then I study it basically, and then I try to draw things out of position. And then what I would also do is start adding other muscles onto it, like so. Now we've got some of our bicep here. And then we can add some of our tricep, and then as you can see, it starts to get a lot more intricate. We've got the ribs here. Like so. Every time I erase it. Look, yeah, that's what I don't use I can't help you there, mate, because I don't use the eraser. I've trained myself not to use the rubber. I've trained myself, as you can see, I haven't, there's no possibility of rubbing this out. I suppose you could use Tipex, but you've never seen me use it. And you probably won't ever see me use it. Unless I was drawing something, I don't know, for a commission or something, and I wanted it to be perfect and I made a mistake. But if I was drawing a commission, I probably wouldn't draw direct like this. I would probably draw with the pencil first and then go over it just to make sure. There you go. That's looking kind of cool. No, don't use an eraser, Miles. What you doing? Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together, man. Once, I think it was today, actually. I think I used it once today. But as a whole, very rare. That's probably once in 9 months. Yeah, everybody likes this t-shirt. There you go, mate. There you go. I've got style, mate. I've got a bit of style. All right, let's add a little bit more to this. I'm going to add a bit more to this. That's probably a little bit too big. So, anyone got any questions? Because this live stream has become a little bit of just watching me practice, actually, and having a little chat, which is all good, but maybe it's not as interesting for some. Am I a fan of One Piece? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what One Piece. I'll look it up. Is it a series? As I say, I don't watch anime. Don't watch it. Naruto, yeah, okay. One Piece is a second. Okay. And there's this. Did you? I don't know if you guys were in the chat, but this manga guy, asked me if I could draw storyboards. Yeah, it's the truth. I don't even know what One Piece is. If you showed me 4 images, I'd go, don't know. Attack of the Titans. All right, I'm going to watch that later on. Attack of the Titans. I think I've seen that one. Rings a bell. Are those these big monster things? These big. I think that one I've seen years ago. Wait. Which one should I watch then? Attack of the Titans or One Piece? One Piece. Well, I'm gonna have to follow the majority here. One Piece it is. One Piece. I will look that up. My son's got an anime site. I'm sure you can. Attack of the Titans. One Piece it has 1,000. This is what I don't like. Yeah, I'll start it and see how I get on. But I can't be dealing with like 1,000 episodes because that is a little bit too much for me. I've got things to do actually, so I can't be sitting there drawing all day and then watching TV. And I've got to cook. I've got a garden to deal with. It's been weekly for 20 years. Oh, sugar. Good. Well, there you go. Look at that. This is it, mate. It's done. What more can I say? I should actually go in my garden, instead of sitting in front of this screen. So, amazing. Okay, at your own pace. Okay, yeah. True. I've drawn One Punch Man before. Oh, can I draw a punch? No, not now. You should have been around for the hand one. The hand one, I drew a punch. If you're not following me, please follow me and join my Discord, and you will be informed of my tutorials. I did one today on drawing the ear and drawing the hand. I can't remember his name, but if you check my friends, I don't have many, but he draws some serious stuff. I was really surprised. And he asked me, and I was like, who's this? And I checked it. I was like, okay. He's very well established, actually. Oh, really? No. I did a fist. I did draw a fist. I remember it. Maybe you fell asleep. It was so boring that you fell asleep. So I'm going to leave it at that, I think. That was quite interesting for me. I don't know if it was interesting for you guys. Sorry about that, but it was quite interesting for me, and I think I've worked it out now. How you doing, Nido? Hold on. Well, you got my follow. Yeah. I'll probably watch a couple this evening. Yeah, I'm gonna go and tidy the garden a bit because the recycle men come tomorrow. So I better get out there. I hope that was sort of interesting for you guys. If it wasn't, that's just the way it is. Sometimes we have to do a little bit of studying and not just crazy cool stuff. Sometimes we do a little bit of theory, but that all adds up in the end. And then in the end, we have a cool whatever we're drawing. We've got it with a great load of detail and so on. So that's how I do it. Thank you for your time. 11 in the chat. Okay, it was a bit of a quieter one because I think this is a very specialist body part. I don't think it would be very interesting to many, but that's okay. I'm sure if you're drawing your own superhero, something like this will come in very handy. and you might have picked up something that will give you the idea as to how the human or the male chest behaves when the arms are raised and so on. Will do. I'll take care. Yeah, it's absolutely roasting outside, so I will take care because I don't want to get hot again. And I'm going to wish you all a lovely Sunday. I won't be doing any more today. I'm going to have a rest. I'm going to sit in my garden. I'm contemplating having a barbecue. And thank you to all that took part. Thank you to all that shared. I will possibly play around with this image again a little bit more, and then I will post it on my TikTok feed. So if anyone is interested, and now I've got everything categorized, so you will find this in my TikTok. What did I call that one now? Recap, live stream recap. So if you want to look at this one again, you will find this one. I have these titles. I think it's a live stream recap, hand drawing, and so on. You just have to find the categories. They're all in there. And then you can just say, let me look at the hand one again or whatever. You don't have to keep scrolling down. That's a thing of the past. PF Flavy, if you join my Discord, go onto my TikTok feed, join my Discord, and then you will receive notifications. So join my TikTok community, and whenever I go live, people get informed straight away. And chances are I will be online again tomorrow morning. I usually do a morning session because I work in the afternoon. Will do. Do you have Pinterest? No, I don't have Pinterest. But I am in the process of looking for someone to help me with video editing. So if anyone knows anyone in the chat, I'm looking for a video editor because I want to get my YouTube going, and I don't have the time to edit the videos myself. And if I find someone, I might have some part-time work for them, but they have to have some experience with YouTube. We got our next target. This time we will win the war. Not sure what you mean by that. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I need someone that's, a student, and maybe if they're someone that is keen on my style of work and they appreciate what I'm doing, this might be a good platform, because if I end up growing and then they're editing my videos, chances are I will start meeting people, and then people are going to start asking, who edited your videos? And it could be a good opportunity for someone, because I'm on the way up. That's for sure. It's only a matter of time. That's it. Exactly. It's only a matter of time. So I'm not going to rush. I'm going to keep going until I find the right person. And then when I find the right person, I will get them to do it. It will be nice and professional, no stress. The way I want it. I will pay them. If they're good enough, I will pay them. We can do a little test run to see how good they are. And after that, we'll go for it. Deal. Yeah? Good. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your dinner. It must be getting close to dinner time. And we will catch up very soon. Keep up the training, boys. Keep up the training. I think it's mainly guys in the chat. Actually, now Emma's in there. No. Everyone, keep up the training. See you soon. Bye-bye. You Tom's back. You're a bit late. Join my Discord, and then you get an alert. And Laura, you're a little bit late, my dear. I've been on for nearly an hour. We'll catch up again soon, no doubt. Yeah? Good stuff. Take care. Lord. 21, that might be funny.